And they're scoring up well. The battle's just begun. Heavily backed. Got in as low as 210, is now 220. And they're all scoring up okay. Manoeuvre Man from the inside. Can begin okay sometimes from the mobile, but not so much last time. Where there's a will, see its gate speed shortly. Set to go. Ready. Away. Where there's a will began fast is going to clear them, but Gaita's going forward with the battle's just begun. Manoeuvre Man still got the feet there underneath where there's a will. He hasn't now does get the full length over. And the battle's just begun, moves up on the outside, and where there's a will is going to hand up to the heavily backed stablemate. And the battle's just begun, is going to roll to the front. Where there's a will sits behind the leader. Manoeuvre Man is third, then Batman BART. Speed looks genuine. Sporty Frank behind those. Batman BART the first one to break formation. YAPPAS Courage settles down in second last placing, and Giant Jackson at the tail end of the field. Used a bit of speed to find the front. The battle's just begun. Gaita will try and get him to settle down and drop the bit now out in front over the 22.30. Lead time is about to come up as he goes past the mile post, and it shows 45.3. The battle's just begun in front by a full sulky's length. Out in front for the late mile followers, leads by a full sulky's length in front of the stablemate Where There's a Will. Batman BART left facing the breeze. On the inside, Manoeuvre Man. One out, one back was Sporty Frank. Then behind those, YAPPAS Courage, who races on the outside of Giant Jackson. Gaita's able to rate the leader she likes here. There's no pressure, so she can rate him as she wishes with a lap and a half to go. And the heavily backed favourite in front. The battle's just begun. Starting to get up on the bit slightly, but no, that's probably not even fair. He's just travelling comfortably in front. In second placing, following it through, was Where There's a Will. Batman BART is being passed now by Sporty Frank, who's keen to get up closer to this leader. On the inside was Manoeuvre Man. YAPPAS Courage follows the 1-1, just following a different horse now. And Giant Jackson at the tail end of the field. 1 circuit to go. The battle's just begun by 3 metres. Batman BART is dropping back into the face now of YAPPAS Courage, who needs to come 3 wide to get around it, but he's going to go down to the inside Smith and wait for it to drop out. But in the meantime, the battle's just begun, and Sporty Frank are getting away from Where There's a Will. Into the clear and getting into 4th placing quickly now was Manoeuvre Man. He travels up okay. Following those through, we've got Giant Jackson. YAPPAS Courage has got a bit of ground to make up now, and Batman BART on its inside. 31.4, 30.1, 61.5 for the half. The battle's just begun in front. Being worked on by 3 metres. Around the outside, Giant Jackson. It's starting to make some ground. Sporty Frank in front of it. Manoeuvre Man stays in. YAPPAS Courage is going to come with a late run. Good finish coming up here. The battle's just begun flat out. Sporty Frank, Giant Jackson, YAPPAS Courage wide, continues to run on. Manoeuvre Man needs a split. Any one of those 5. Sporty Frank, YAPPAS Courage out wide. Giant Jackson, Nick Brown and Phil Westbury. Will it be a double? Yes, it will. An amazing double. Oh, if you had it all up, you'll be a millionaire. Giant Jackson goes on the win. Manoeuvre Man second in front of YAPPAS Courage. The battle's just begun. And Sporty Frank at a line of 5. Then in turn behind those on the inside was Where There's a Will. And the last one home was Batman BART.